Apart from the second movie release in 2012, Konami has a lot of good stuff in the pipeline, and that's what we're going to check out right now. Here's an update on Silent Hill.
Hi everyone. Silent Hill had a huge showing at E3 this year, and I wanted to make sure that the gamescom showing was just as exciting. Unfortunately, all these Silent Hill games means I'm stuck at the office, and I'm not able to be in Cologne with all of you. But I still have plenty of great news to share. First off is Silent Hill HD Collection. Now, we previously announced this game was coming to PlayStation 3, and a number of you showed some interest in a potential Xbox 360 release. Well, I'm proud to announce today that the game will be released on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, and we're aiming to release both simultaneously. So Silent Hill fans, new and old, will be able to experience these classics regardless of their console of choice. As most of you know, this means Silent Hill 2 and 3, remastered in HD resolution, with 5.1 sound, and all new voice performances directed by Mary Elizabeth McGlynn. This will be the ideal way to enjoy these horror classics. And I know a lot of you are getting kind of curious about the new voice performances, so here's a sneak peek.
Are you taping again? Come on. I don't know why, but I just love it here. It's so peaceful.
Killing a person ain't no big deal. Just put the gun to their head. Pow! Aren't you Maria?
I'm not your Mary.
So, you're Maria?
I am, if you want me to be.
All I want from you is an answer.
It doesn't matter who I am. I'm here for you, James. See? I'm real.
Ever since we announced Book of Memories for PlayStation Vita last June, people have been asking what it is. Is it an information app? Is it a puzzle game? Is it a first-person shooter? No. The truth is, Book of Memories is a lot of things, so we've been pretty secretive about it, until now. First of all, Book of Memories is an all-new game in the Silent Hill series with its own unique premise and storyline. At the beginning of the game, you'll create your own main character and customize it to your liking. From there on, the story follows that you receive a strange book. When you open it, you see your entire life story written in its pages, all your memories. And you find that by altering what's written on those pages, you can actually change reality and create your own personal history. The story explores this premise and its ramifications. Secondly, Book of Memories is a big departure for the series, focusing on cooperative multiplayer action rather than traditional psychological horror. Players will work together as they explore several different otherworlds, solve puzzles, and defeat creatures in an attempt to survive the nightmare and uncover the truth behind the Book of Memories. Now, fans needn't worry. Limited resources, dark atmosphere, scare rooms, those all return, but in a package specifically designed for the PlayStation Vita. And last but not least, Book of Memories is a macabre celebration of the best the Silent Hill has to offer. Players will encounter items and creatures culled from over a decade of series lore, including a special someone who walks softly and carries a gigantic knife. Dan Lake returns as composer, Mary Elizabeth is back on vocals, and there'll probably be another surprise or two in store before we're done. So, whether you're a longtime fan, a complete newcomer, or just looking for a new twist on horror, please look forward to it. Speaking of which, it won't be much longer until you can all play Silent Hill Downpour. I'd love to share some of the big mysteries that Silent Hill has in store for Murphy Pendleton, but obviously that would spoil some stuff we want you to experience for yourself when the game comes out. But if you promise not to tell anybody, I do have a small glimpse into the game to whet your appetite for its impending release.
Well, guess this is it. All yours now, sugar.
Pendleton.
You have a good nap, Willie? That's what I heard about you.
As you can see, with Downpour, HD Collection, and Book of Memories, the next couple months are going to be really exciting ones for Silent Hill. I I hope to see you there. Thanks for listening, and have a great gamescom.
Alright, so that was the first glimpse at Silent Hill Downpour. I hope you liked it. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome the design director of Silent Hill Downpour, and this is Mr. Brian Gomez. Welcome. Brian, what do you personally find most exciting these days about Silent Hill? Maybe we're going to step up a little bit because I can kind of tell we got the picture in our face.
Alright, so what's the most exciting thing about Silent Hill? If you caught any of my GDC speech, you know I'm a long-time horror fan. But the thing that I think Silent Hill does that no other horror games out there are doing is that psychological aspect. The very idea that there's this town out there in New England that's got this duality going, that it's this, on one side, this beautiful little resort town that if you're a good person, there's no care in your world, there's no sin or regret or any ghosts you're carrying around with you. It's a really nice place to visit. But if you go there and you're like me, or probably like lots of us in the room, there's things we've done in our life that we regret, we've got fears, we've got phobias, and those things are going to manifest and become physical. I have not seen that kind of concept in really film or games or anything. So I think that's what really makes Silent Hill special.
Well, sounds great. In Silent Hill Downpour, there's also a lot of side quests involved. How do these side quests actually tie into this overall picture of horror?
Well, what I love about the side quest is it gave us a chance to tell smaller stories that really couldn't encompass, say, like a 12 to 15-hour game experience, but were totally valid stories and really cool stories. So you're going to explore a really challenging psychological horror story with Murphy Pendleton and taking him on his journey. But as Murphy goes through Silent Hill, he's going to experience little remnants left over from other people that have come before him. And he's going to start to get some of those smaller stories that are going to totally, some of them are actually going to tie into Murphy's psychology and give you some hints about the theme of what his story is about. But some of them are just standalone stories that are going to build on the lore of the town. And hopefully I feel that we're leaving seeds behind that future Silent Hill games will be able to pick up with and run with them.
Yeah. Each and every version of Silent Hill also includes some really iconic elements that people will always remember. What do you think the iconic elements are in Downpour that people are always going to look at and say, well, that was Downpour?
You know, I think what people are going to remember about Downpour the most were our Otherworld sequences. Our Otherworlds are, you know, as the title suggests, based around water. But water being such a fluid element, I think our whole Otherworlds are really fluid, and not just liquid form. I mean, you've got the rust, and we've got the machinery and all this stuff that totally makes it look like a Silent Hill Otherworld. But we do some really mind-tripping things in this one. I mean, it's like M.C. Escher's Wet Dream, you know, meets Franz Kafka's surrealism. It's some really crazy stuff. I think people are going to get really blown away by what we do with our Otherworld in this time. I think people are going to be talking about it for a long time.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Brian Gomez, thanks very much for joining me. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our next title is developed by Rebellion under Konami supervision and definitely involves some really funky ideas you want to check out. So let's hear more from the developer of Never Dead. Please welcome Mr. Shinta Nojiri. Welcome here.
Guten Tag, everyone. My name is Shinta Nojiri, the producer of Never Dead. Yes, Never Dead is a third-person interaction with an immortal guy. And yes, today I'm so pleased to present you a video message from Mr. Dave Mustaine of Megadeth. Please check it out.
Are you ready, Cypher?
Of course.
Hey, I'm Dave Mustaine from Megadeth, and I'm going to tell you about our new song for Konami, Never Dead. This is a song that we recorded for our new record, 13th studio record, and this is on the heels of Sudden Death, which was a Grammy-nominated track we recorded for the Talkie Room. Fortunately for us, the people from Konami were really stoked. I wanted the song to start off very moody, and then to get really aggressive towards the end of the song so that it would keep you drawn into the game, but that it wouldn't distract you from the game itself. And I think I did that. There's great guitar solos in this song, and I hope you like it. I hope the game kicks your ass too.
is Never Dead by Shinta Nojiri. Shinta, I don't know if you mentioned that before, but what kind of game really is Never Dead?
Never Dead is a kind of third-person shooter and action, but with an immortal player. Bryce, the hero, is an immortal guy, and so he will never die even if he gets hurt or separated in pieces in combat. And player will face so many deadly situations and also get involved in these situations, but it's okay for the player.
Well, Never Dead is not just a great game, it also has a very nice soundtrack. How did you get in touch with these guys from Megadeth?
Yes, I'm a big fan of Megadeth, and we are so excited that they provide a new song for us as a theme song, and its name is just Never Dead. It will be in game and also in their new album.
Great, well, so Konami and Never Dead, well actually Megadeth, are becoming successful together. The last thing I would like to know is now it looked like a single player game. Does it only have a single player mode or is it also a multiplayer option?
Yes, you want to play with your friend?
I wouldn't mind.
It's possible. Yeah, we will provide multiplayer with up to 4 players, and it will be cooperative modes and also competitive ones.
All right. Can you already say anything about when the game is going to come out? When it will be released?
This winter, I guess.
Okay, this winter. Well, thank you very much, Shinta Nojiri. Thank you. I really like this Japanese diplomacy. I think that's amazing.